One of the most well-known serial killers in the Soviet Union was Andrei Chikatilo, also referred to as the Butcher of Rostov. Killing and human flesh were the monster's two favorite things. He relished eating and dissecting his victims while molesting children. When he was taken into custody, police officers smelled something unsettling coming from his skin pores, which they later discovered was the result of the digestion of rotten human flesh. Chikatilo was born in Yablun, a tiny Ukrainian town in 1936, just after the Holodomor, when Stalin's forced collectivization of agriculture caused millions of Ukrainian residents to starve to death. Chikatilo's mother would frequently tell him as a child that his older brother had been abducted and eaten by their starving neighbors. However, it has never been proven whether this episode actually happened. Throughout and after the Holodomor, ample evidence of rampant cannibalism was recorded. His timid demeanor and small stature led to frequent bullying by his peers at school. Chikatilo, a future cannibal, discovered he was impotent at puberty and was unable to have an erection or climax, which further fueled his hatred of himself. Chikatilo, then in his 30s, secured employment, moved to Russia, and rented a modest apartment close to his place of employment. In a short time after that, he wed Feodosia Odnacheva, though it was an arranged union, and had a daughter named Lyudmila and a son named Yuri. Following the completion of his studies in Russian literature, Chikatilo began a career as a teacher. He was unable to maintain order in the classroom and frequently the target of bullying because of the way he looked from his pupils. Additionally, this was the occasion of his first documented sexual assault. Chikatilo was prepared for his first murder when he was 42 years old in 1978. Yelena Zakotnova, age 9, was enticed to an old house where he made an unsuccessful attempt to rape her. Then, while stabbing the kid, he ejaculated while choking her and stabbing her 3 times in the abdomen. His startling realization that killing women and children was the only way to arouse and have an orgasm came after the murder. Larissa Kachenko, a 17-year-old who was similarly persuaded to travel to a distant location, became the next victim. She was murdered by being strangled. Then, a stick and fangs were used to mutilate her. Chikatilo began his murderous rampage after tasting human flesh for the first time. He cannibalized, dismembered, and killed at least 53 people over the course of the next 12 years. Despite being detained, he was never charged. The inquiry into his murders led to the discovery of an astounding 1,000 unrelated crimes, including 95 homicides and 245 rapes. The trial as a whole was absurd. There was a cage around Chikatilo. This was to shield him from the irate victims' relatives who yelled foul language at him. Some family members even passed out, while others sobbed. He appeared to be insane, according to some. Even though a psychiatric assessment revealed he had borderline personality disorder with sadistic traits, he was found to be legally sane and competent to stand trial. He received a gunshot death sentence. He laid blame on everything and anybody, including Joseph Stalin for starting the famine, his blood type, and his upbringing.